Earlier we did our commentary for Halloween 2018. Now me and Carrie are going to be doing the commentary for Halloween Kills.
Dum dum dum. Hello.
Guys, I admit, I was hearing this was not a very good movie from critics, but you know, critics are not always right about things. We've had plenty of movies we watched that critics hated that we enjoyed. So I was hoping maybe I'd walk out of this maybe a little more frustrated than 2018, but I'm not gonna lie. I walked out of this pissed.
I asked him, do you want to leave?
She literally asked me in the movie if I wanted to leave because I was hating so much of this freaking movie. Like, I literally wanted to find the nearest bar after this and get drunk, which I didn't, but it was tempting. So, yeah, we're going to be watching the extended cut, which I've only partially seen, so we'll see if it helps at all, though. From what I heard, this extended cut's really a joke. Because I heard there's like 40 minutes of footage on the cutting room floor for this movie, which I don't know if it would make it better or worse. It's hard to say, but anyway, let's give it a watch. You want to say something?
Let's find out.
And 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3.
Just, yeah, action.
Money.
Oh wait, the actual or extended? Extended.
Well,
yeah, we haven't seen the.
We haven't seen the extended cut yet.
Yes, I know.
Sorry guys, we are not professional.
No, I know I'm not professional. That's fine.
And this movie we are eating popcorn.
Because it's snack time. I do like the Universal's presentation. That always...
I know, I like the Universal logo.
Yeah, me too. I love it too. Miramax's. It kind of reminds me of the Scotiabank
logo?
3D theater.
Oh yeah, I guess, yeah, true.
And Blumhouse is good too.
I know, I'll give it. Blumhouse's old logo here is actually cool. They actually did a new one, which we'll probably see when we see Halloween Ends, which I'm not expecting much.
The screaming here does add creepiness to it.
I know. The other thing though I've also heard, this movie was messed with a lot behind the scenes in the year we had to wait for it, since obviously it had to be delayed because of you know what. Anyway, apparently this movie originally opened with the Strodes, not with Cameron here. I understand what they're doing here, you know, they wanted to try and redeem Cameron, and I'm not against that. And like I said, I liked him at first in the last movie, but I don't know, he just wasn't the best character. And yeah, there's poor Oscar. I just noticed that where Oscar is, it's raining, but here you don't really see rain.
I think it's the trees.
He's not under trees right now, though. Oh, okay, I see some rain there, kind of. Yeah, I gotta call BS to this. How the hell is Hawkins alive? Not only was he run over, he was stabbed in the neck. And he didn't just sit there for a short time. He's been there for a while. Like, I'm gonna say, bare minimum 30 minutes. If not an hour. Like, he should have bled out. Why is he yelling out for help when he's got a cell phone?
Maybe it was quicker to yell for help than call them.
How? Because you gotta get an ambulance there still.
Maybe he thought someone was around.
And here's the flashback. I heard they actually did contact Dean Cundy, the cinematographer for Halloween 1, 2, and 3 to get some help to figure out how to make this flashback. Again, I can tell that a lot of effort went into this from a visual perspective, but I don't think it quite looks like 78. Maybe closer to Halloween 4, but again, it's a good attempt. Maybe if this was on actual film, it might look closer to what we want. Or it could just be newer lighting doesn't 100% look as close. No, he shot him 6 times. Who says that?
That's basically what the other officer was saying. Kill the bad guy. But just
That's in the future, though.
He simplified it, though.
Yeah, that's right. This other officer apparently knew Michael as a kid. Yeah, like, literally, the whole plot of this movie apparently is Michael walking across town so we can go stare out a window. Yeah, it makes no sense. And apparently this radio tower is going to play some big factor. Ugh. I hate these kids. This dialogue's trash. I highly doubt they talked like that in 78.
The movie Stand By Me had a lot of that, maybe better executed, but...
Ugh. God, it's like, this is so pointless. Like, achoo. Oh, and then this. Literally, no cop is gonna leave all those kids alone. He was shoving them all in the back seat and driving them home. Like, that's ridiculous. I don't care if it's even a small town. You're not just gonna leave all those kids alone with a killer on the loose. Okay, this is an extended scene. I remember seeing some of this in the trailer. Yeah, there's Michael. And he disappears behind the bush, but if you keep walking, you clearly can see he goes right up to the... like the wall. I mean, this is what frustrates me about this in 2018. Like, they're capable of scenes like this. This is creepy. This has actually got some good atmosphere in it.
Would you ever put any of these scenes in 2018? To make it better?
Well, that's the problem. The other issue I have with this flashback, we know what's going to happen, because they said in 2018 how many people Michael killed in 78. Yeah, Michael's disappeared. That's creepy. The problem is, they said in 2018 how many people he killed in 78. There's no room for any more murders. Like, I've heard people saying they wanted to see more kills in the flashback, but there can't be. You have to destroy your own canon to do it.
Yeah.
And they kind of do because of what's going to happen. Like, again, that's why it frustrates me too, because they're finally giving me what I want. They're giving me some suspense, some actual tension-filled moments, but they're wasted because, again, like right here, just waiting. That's creepy as hell, but we know this character's not only not gonna die, he can't. I understand, you know, they want to show that Lonnie had an encounter with Michael, but it just, it's just pointless because we know what's gonna happen. Now, if this flashback had been in 2018, and they had not yet said who he killed in 78, then it's different. Because we don't know what's going to happen. That's the problem. I find the sky here doesn't look great, because this is a set.
Yeah.
I think Resurrection hit it better because they never showed the sky. It's not bad though, and actually I think they might have cleaned it up a little since theaters. And actually, this looks a little better than I remember it. I don't know if it's your TV doing it or...
Probably.
I mean, again, like... I kind of wish they didn't show the dog, because like in the original film, we never see the dog. We just... they say it's there, but we don't see it. Probably could have done without that, but...
Well, you know, officers, he didn't say where he was gonna go check.
I know.
That was fine. He said, I'm behind the door, and then, Didn't that mean
it's okay, it's, I know. And now the other issue I have too is when they go upstairs, they definitely heard something. Why are they splitting up? Like, to me, that's definitely a no-no. I mean, I'll give it to the crew that built this set. The detail they had to get right. That's not easy. Like, I will give them credit. Even though, again, Resurrection, they built the house too as a set, so...
Well, I see what you mean by them splitting up, but then again... He's not far away, so I guess he figured he could...
But then, this drove me nuts. He just stands his guard down and looks at the window. I know you barely knew Michael's a kid. And then he looks down in a second, and... just wait. Yeah, see? He clearly could see somebody was there. Yeah, I thought maybe Michael was going to get him from behind. So stupid. It's like, why make the character so stupid? There was a way to do this. Have Michael have the officer slowly enter a room and Michael comes out of nowhere. Oh yeah, and this is not James Duke Courtney, this is somebody else playing Michael.
Right.
I don't know why they had somebody else do it here. I don't know if they were just... I'm not sure exactly the reason why. But apparently the person playing Michael here also did fan films. I have to also call BS to that. You had no shot. And you shoot him. And how the hell do you miss him there?
He's a rookie.
He clearly had a dead shot. It's like, that's ridiculous. Again, it's just so stupid. Some of this might have read better in the script, but... I mean, I could feel bad for Frank in some ways, but... And then again, they're kind of breaking their own canon by killing this guy. Because he's never brought up in 2018. Even if he doesn't die by Michael's hand, technically speaking. Though I like the classic music here. And the officers here, the way they talk. It's like they're robots. Ugh. That's not Dr. Loomis's voice. It's not a bad makeup job because that's not CGI. That's actually somebody put Christopher Nelson put prosthetics on this person from the crew who looks almost like Dr. Loomis. Like, this is a good shot. Like, I'll give some credit to this, but... And also, how does Dr. Loomis know Officer Hawkins' name?
Maybe he was told that in the car?
I don't see how.
Granted, that's a small town. You typically know everybody.
He just happened to come in there. It just doesn't make sense. You know, I do like this pumpkin opening. And the music here, too. Again, it's just that flashback is a mess. And again, it's pointless because we know what's going to happen. If it had been in 2018, you're right. There'd be more value to it. Here,
I didn't see the original, right? Or whatever that scene was.
What do you mean?
The flashback. I saw that, right?
We saw it in the theater, yes.
Oh, okay. Well, for the people who didn't see it, I guess it makes sense. But people who did already
yeah, maybe if you're trying, but they would have. Anyone who's seen Kills would have seen 2018 mostly. So again, it doesn't make sense. I think the problem is, it's like they did one draft of the script and then went with it. Now, some parts of the script read better because I've seen the leaked script. I haven't fully read it, but some things were. I don't know. Some things were cut. Like I said, apparently. 40 minutes of footage might have been cut out of this movie. And again, this thing's been screwed with a lot over the year it was sitting on the shelf. I don't know exactly what the... Because I heard in the test screening cut, I even saw Michael kill another kid. So I don't know, maybe it flowed better a different way, but there's just a lot of things in here that don't work. And I think the studio knew this wasn't a good film. But it would have been very difficult to do reshoots during, you know what... Because a lot of this was also built on a set, so that means they'd be expensive reshoots. And, Before we couldn't say that word, but, now we kind of just brush by it a little. We just say something. Oh yeah, these two were in 2018. They were just there briefly, like Michael was staying in front of them and they were getting in a car.
Were they doctors in that movie?
Yes, they were dressed up like that.
Oh, okay.
You know, she's a doctor and he's actually the nurse in real life in this movie. This whole thing is just cheesy. Oh yeah, this is, the one playing Tommy is Anthony Michael Hall. He's actually been in a few episodes of Blacklist. Like, this guy can act! The director didn't give him shit to work with here.
Would you say this is his best line in the whole movie?
I don't think he has any good lines in the movie.
But out of all of them, which one do you think is the best?
I don't know. I mean, I guess he's not horrible here.
Well, yeah, he's telling everyone the story. And he sounds very serious.
I know, he's not terrible, I guess, but... It's such a garbage reintroduction of these characters. It's like... Number one, how, like, okay, Tommy and Lindsay and maybe Lonnie, I could see them knowing each other. How does Marion know? Like, that's never established. You know nothing about them either. It's like, what do they do? Were Tommy and Lindsay together?
Maybe.
Though apparently in the novelization, Lindsay does have a daughter, she's just not talking to her or something, apparently.
Maybe. Or maybe he went to the hospital and met her. I don't know.
No, because because Halloween 2 is no longer canon. Marion wasn't even in Haddonfield, so I don't know how she'd even met them. She is the one who played Lindsay in the original Halloween. And she's probably the best part of this movie. Yeah, they stole that scene out of Halloween 2.
Well,
the movie that's no longer canon. I don't find this as horrible as last time, but it's just such a terrible introduction. And here we go. How the hell does the fire department get there before the cops?
It could depend on things, like
Remember, in the last movie, the cops called in a dead body. Fire department should have been there, the cops should have been there long before the fire department.
But usually when you call 911, all three services usually show up, especially if the emergency is not identified.
No, in the original, in Halloween 2018, the two cops told dispatch they have a dead body. That means more cops should have been on the frickin' way. Like, how does the fire department get there first? And because again, we're talking, remember, after they called in the dead body, Michael killed them. And then he went to Laurie's house and started doing the stalking and all that shit. That must have taken 30 minutes minimum. So, there's no way these guys would get there long before the cops. Yeah, this was all dangerous because this was real. Like, they found a house that was going to be torn down and they set it on fire for this. I mean, I'll give credit, this is well shot. Uh-oh.
Surprised he didn't grab the crossbow gun.
That would have been cool. But, and actually, you're gonna see, in the theatrical cut he only stabs him once, but just wait. Twice. I mean, I'll give credit to James Duchovny because he had no oxygen mask on when he was filming that. So, it was actually quite dangerous for him. Why do you say hold your breath? I mean, I give it, this is a cool shot. But, again, it's like they're sacrificing any actual story just to have mayhem. I mean, again, I'll give it. This is an epic shot of Michael, sure, but...
Especially that shot right there.
Yeah, I know. I agree. There is a nice-looking film. And I know some would think this is stupid, but that fire hose, if you crank it up enough, you can knock somebody way back.
Yeah, and unfortunately...
Didn't work in this case.
Oh.
And this looks stupid. It's like, what, they all go at him one at a time?
Well, they're firefighters, not police officers.
Yeah,
so...
but if they clearly know this guy's gonna kill them, you think at least two of them would try and go at him at once. I will admit, though, that's a cool kill. what a wasted character, Brackett. Like, they don't do much with him either. Like, I would have liked to have seen a scene between Brackett and Glory.
For some reason, I thought there was.
Yeah, just like here, I thought this was Allison, but no, this is Karen right here, washing her hands. Like, the parts here at the hospital at first are okay. Like, just not yet, but like, granted, here Judy Greer is doing a good job with her emotions. Like this part, I was actually fine with. Oh yeah, I think there's. Oh no, not yet. No, again, right here. This is good. See some aftermath of the devastation.
And probably like leftover resentment and fear. Okay.
One thing, this is where I think they screwed up. Okay, this is a great scene. The surgery looks legit. But imagine if Tommy and Lindsay were the ones operating on Lori and she's really in bad shape. Her heart actually stops. That could have been so intense and emotional.
Instead of watching Grey's Anatomy, I guess.
Basically, yes. I mean, again, this is good. It's not too gruesome. It's handled well. But in terms of reintroducing legacy characters, I could just imagine that Tommy and Lindsay being the ones to operate on her. It would have been so much better.
Why is she in a Christmas sweater?
I guess that's. I guess instead of celebrating Halloween, and this is an extended scene. This was not in the theatrical cut. Yeah, I think she's looking for her husband here. And then again, here's Allison, like, and of course, this is good. Like, these are great scenes. Yeah, I don't know when she told him about her father. I don't know if there was supposed to be a scene with that or not. Guess we'll look at the deleted footage after.
Sure.
Oh yeah, this house. This apparently was the house that was burning later. Because they shot the fire sequence at the end of the movie. Because this house was going to be burned down. And this whole sequence. Shh. This whole scene is stupid. They're a little funny. I mean, they're not the worst characters in this
I feel like
movie.
they're like a Roseanne
Maybe.
type of couple.
I mean, they're not the worst characters in this movie, surprisingly. I mean, there's way worse. You know who I'm talking about when we get there. That's right, there was a cut scene where Nick Castle would be in the mask again and he would swipe the drone. I think it's in the deleted scenes. It's like they're trying to build up things here a little bit, but it's just not the best characters. And again, this whole scene is just whatever. I mean, there's at least some build up, I'll give it that. That ain't no monster mask. I mean, yeah, that's terrifying. And ouch. It's like, what are you doing? Go out the door.
Maybe it's his mask that makes her just go in defense, or she thinks even if she ran, it wouldn't have made much difference. But I guess it would be more suspenseful, like Jazz.
Oh yeah, you could have had a chase sequence. Maybe she hides in the bushes or something and he finds her. I mean, granted though, this what he does to her next is cool. I'll give it that. I admit, I mean that's something new. One thing I do like, this is a great camera shot. How it's slowly panning around and keeping a very specific focus.
Mm-hmm.
Like, again, there are some good things in this bad movie, but this is definitely a throwback to Rob Zombie's H2 when he stabbed that nurse like 20 freaking times, but at least here it's a little less extreme. Like, Michael's just like, ooh, what's this dude? Ooh, what's this dude? Ooh, what's this dude? Like, I don't hate this scene. I just think these characters are just a waste of time. But at the same time, I admit there's far worse characters in this movie. And again, Hawkins is only now being loaded into an ambulance, and Laurie's already gone through surgery. He should have bled out long ago. Now, I don't know, maybe... Oh no, it wouldn't make sense either way, it just doesn't add up. I don't think there's much point in that now. Yeah, I forget how many he killed. I think it was like 11 firefighters.
11? I thought it was only like...
Oh, I think he killed more after they cut away.
Oh, okay.
I think they say it later. That guy is overdoing it.
Oh, and the one that's announcing it?
Yeah.
Well, actually, I think that was appropriate. Okay, now, we should have gotten our asses up sooner, like...
Yeah.
With the fun
And then, now they're only doing an Amber Alert.
Yeah, like I said, the vlog was...
Well, like I said, remember in the last movie, he killed people at the bus or whatever when it crashed?
Yeah.
The town wasn't told about it earlier?
Well...
It's like, And then, of course, we know that's Michael right there, obviously. It's the other guy that they're gonna say is Michael in the bullshit, mistaken, the other guy that's mistaken as Michael crap. I mean, it's not like you can't go on your phone and be like, what does Michael Myers look like? That's another thing. She had the alarm set on her car. How's this guy get in the back seat?
Sure. There's a way to break in.
You would trigger the alarm.
Maybe there's a way to... I'll have to look up ways to break into someone's car.
Unless you can turn the alarm off, you would trigger it the second you open the door.
Like I said, I don't know if there's a way to not trigger the alarm.
Well, I know, because this guy's a mental patient. How would he know?
No, it's actually the other guy.
I know, like, this entire subplot is so stupid. Oh, and there we go. Evil dies tonight.
Well, police aren't doing nothing about it, so...
I'm not against a mob going after Michael. As long as it's the right Michael. Or, like, at least Halloween... Like, then I go, they're ripping off Halloween 2 and Halloween 4. Halloween 2, you had the angry mob throwing rocks at the Myers house. Fine. Halloween 4, you had a lynch mob going after Michael. Yes, they do accidentally kill somebody who was in the bushes. But at least that's believable. It's like... In this case, it's like... And then, of course, the evil dies tonight chant. I swear we do it.
Oh, I mean Michael, is he?
But a lot of people that are saying it don't even know him. Why the heck have that on?
But he's obviously training him.
Yeah. This entire subplot, they must have wasted, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes?
And I've seen it at the hospital, and then
Yeah.
there's a couple other ones, and then the suicide.
Yeah. Oh, now back at the Myers house. Present day, which granted, the Myers house looks good. And, okay. I'm gonna get this out of the way. This character, I believe this is Little John. And the other one is Big John.
No, this is Big John.
No, I think this is Little John. The other one's supposed to be Big John. Now, no disrespect to these actors, okay? These two characters suck. And before anybody says it, it is not because they're gay. I heard there were many in the
LGBTQ
community that hated them too because they called them cliché.
Yeah, it is Big John. The one we've seen.
Oh, it is big. Okay, I got them mixed up. So there you go. Again, no disrespect, and I could care less if they're gay characters. That ain't the problem. These characters are just terrible. They're such a waste of time. Their acting is terrible. You just don't care about them.
They're in the wrong movie.
Yes, they are in the wrong movie. Maybe if this was a comedy, they'd work.
Like Modern Family.
Exactly, something. It's just... Though this first scene, they're not as terrible, they just get worse. And this is a throwback to Halloween 2, because there was a kid in Halloween 2 that had a razor blade in his tongue. But, I know, it's a prank, and it's just, again, a waste of time. Yeah, I think all of this is a set, including those houses right there, which is not cheap. I mean, okay, this part they're not terrible, but again, it's just a waste of time. It's like, maybe the first movie they could have tried to do this a little bit, but not here.
I like how they got him back.
I know, I mean, I'm not against them getting the kids back like that. Sure, you know, they scared the shit out of me like that, I'll get them back. Again, back to something good, like... There are good things in this movie, it's just... For every good scene, there's so many messy, rough scenes. He should be dead. There's just no way he'd be alive. And also, pretty sure the morgue is in the basement. I don't know,
unless they were overflowed with dead bodies.
Maybe, but then of course you think they would keep those blinds shut.
Yeah.
Yeah, and these are okay scenes, even though, again, I still hate the Sartain twist. I mean, I'll give Annie Madchek, and even Judy Greer here, they're putting up a good performance. Like, this time around, I actually felt bad for her character. Some say her reaction here was too quick. Like she should have had a little bit more of a thinking about it, flashes or something.
Well,
like
everyone has a different reaction time. Some is quick, some is not. So
I think it did. No, I think it just would have been more effective if she actually was shocked for a second,
or maybe the mother would react first and then the daughter, maybe.
Maybe. I mean, I understand Allison's motive, obviously. She wants vengeance. I can respect that. Yeah, another thing I gotta think too is the time frame in this movie is just crazy because I've been under anesthetic, you'd be out for at least an hour once you're out of surgery. Not more, and especially in her case, Lori's injuries, I'd say probably a couple hours. Yeah, 11 firefighters up here. Oh, unless they're counting the 2 cops.
Yeah, first responders.
Okay, yeah, so I guess that could mean also 2 cops. The 2 cops from the last movie. But this seems okay. They're not overacting here. Okay, no, I don't buy it. This is a doctor and a nurse. They're not gonna join this lynch mob. If anything, they'd be at the hospital trying to help there. Up to this point, I wasn't too frustrated with the movie. You know, families of the victims of the original film, have them join in. Another thing too, they say there's safety in numbers, but they're all splitting up.
Well, I think they need like big groups, like small groups.
Maybe.
Well, they have to find them first.
I know, but another thing I need to know is too, they have a problem with in this movie. Cell phones? It's like, hey, he's in there. Or it's like, hey, we're going here, meet us here. Ugh. Yeah, apparently in the test screening, you actually saw Michael kill that third kid. I don't think that's been released. And of course, this is a throwback to the first movie. Maybe I could buy she freak once, but
Yeah, but she's an old lady. She's not used to this kind of shit.
she's the one who fought Michael in H2O though, so in the beginning of the movie. I know it's not that canon anymore. Okay, that's shot number 2. How long did it take you to put bricks in there?
Like a minute.
I'd say even 20 seconds. 3. 4.
Oh, I think holds 6 shots.
Yeah.
Okay, it's 5.
Oh, she fire pit on there?
Yeah. It's 5 shots, okay.
No, it's 6, but clearly they wanted her to have the oh shit moment, like in Halloween 2 for Dr. Loomis, when his gun was supposed to jam. And the guy in the back seat is doing jack shit when she's getting stabbed.
Well, reminder, he's never fired a gun before, so he's used to saving lives, not watching them end.
Well, you could clearly see she was about to stab somebody, he was about to stab her, he couldn't do anything. And of course, Marion herself, number one, why would she open the door? She took away her only layer of protection.
Again, these are not police officers, these are just civilians that think they know it.
Well, she's known about Michael though. She's encountered him before. And this one, where the hell did she go? And that is beyond stupid.
She's a nurse, she's not.
No, it's being kicked by the door and shooting yourself in the head. Like, what is Michael John Wick?
No, it's just perfect timing.
Yeah, apparently, Kyle Richards got her nose broken in this scene. She didn't know till later. And at least Lindsay here knows how to fight back. And again, finally they're giving me a freaking chase sequence, but remember, this doesn't last. And that's actually a really cool shot. I like the reflections. I don't know that shot. Seeing him reflected in the water there. Now, actually, we'll wait to discuss that when it happens. Poor Lori, if only you knew. This is not a bad scene again. Yeah, they're actually establishing characters a little bit here. Like, one thing I noticed everybody agree on is Lonnie was actually one of the better returning, even though it's a new actor playing him, obviously, but yeah, this guy's not bad. Sucks too, so much of this damn movie was shown in the trailer.
I guess Michael had time to do that.
Yeah, you know, well, that is his MO. He won't leave the bodies displayed like this. This I have no problem with at all. At least this is creepy.
When did he do it though?
Well, after he gave up looking for Lindsay.
It would have to be before because
No, but remember, he chased after Lindsay right after he killed him. Sucks though, they ruined this because this was in the trailer. Everybody realized Marion was dead. Now, why is she so fucked up all of a sudden? There's been rumors that there were scenes cut where Michael might have found her, or she ended up in the river somehow. Like, I don't know what happened to her, because she wasn't that messed up when we saw her earlier.
yeah,
I mean, she was definitely hurt, but not like that. So
she was dry.
So, I think I actually saw a behind the scenes thing where she falls into the river or something, so I don't know what exactly it was that happened. Like, Jamie Lee Curtis is definitely trying here. As Laurie, like, this is definitely, I guess, some self-reflection. Well, these two definitely bounce off each other really well, I'll give it that. Oh, Ben Schwimmer.
I would ask for a double at that point.
Well, it's also a throwback to Howling 2, because I remember there's a scene in the television cut where she's like, Dr. Mixer gave her a double bullet.
I guess that's kind of a catchphrase. Looks like we have a third audience. A cat.
Alright guys, my girlfriend's cat's decided to join us, so it might get a little... Yeah, it sucked. We don't see her again after that. This is way too over the top.
Well, he's frustrated.
I understand that, but then again, most of these people don't even know Michael. And yet they're all like, yeah! Ugh. I swear, if we did a drinking game, how many times that's said in this movie, we'd be drunk.
He does have a point there.
I don't mind the passion of it, it's just... so much of this is just the wrong setup. It's like, if Halloween 2 was still canon, maybe I could buy some of those. That's not the first introduction you do with these two after 40 years. And here we go. Social crap again. Just happens to find a vial of adrenaline. Or... that's morphine. No, because morphine would fucking make her also... dopey and things. I can understand Laurie, you know, she wants to protect her family. Like that I have no problem with. Like, I'd buy the Laurie and Karen more here than I did in the first one. Ah. And we've returned to Big and Little John. How much time did they waste in this movie, you think? Another 10 minutes? Ah, because it's going tonally from something serious to stupid, back to serious to stupid, back to serious. It's so disjointed. One thing I will say, the place is nice looking.
Yeah, no, you would think it was the Myers house.
Well, it's meant to be the modern day Myers house, like, you know, it's been renovated and things. I mean, I'll give it, it's got some nice decor.
Yeah, no, I've done that too, where I walk in, I walk in.
I do that all the time. I know.
Especially when I hate it when I'm in an Uber and I'm already down the highway, like, fuck that, I'll park away.
I know. I hate when I'm halfway down the road and I'm like, I have to go back because I have to be sure. And you drop the frickin' golf club. What the fuck are you gonna do with that knife? At least that knife I could see you being able to do something with. You can hear the guys upstairs, and yet these two are gonna separate. Why the fuck are you locking the front door for? Oh, here we go. Really? Like, that ain't Michael. Ugh. Oh boy, here we go. Why the hell are you searching downstairs? You clearly heard he was upstairs.
I think this is the point of the movie where I asked you, do you want to leave? Or is it just after this? Or is it after the suicide?
I don't know where the point was I wanted to leave. I know I was getting pissed. Like, I don't know where it was. Like, again, no disrespect to these actors, but these characters are just terrible, waste of time, just like that whole hospital subplot. It's like, we really could have developed the freaking the reintroduced legacy characters, and instead we're wasting time with these garbage characters. And I admit that's rough. And then what he does to him now. And actually, we didn't see all of this in the theatrical cut. I think it gets a little worse. Yep. I mean, I'll admit, that's gruesome.
I mean, if they put that in the other cut, would you like the movie like 10% better? Or 5% better?
Kills alone don't do it for me. Like, I can probably still give it a 5 out of 10 for the kills, but again, it's just because so many of the characters in this movie are so bad. And so much stupid shit. It's like, again, and the plot of this movie is Michael walking across town. And this guy, what are you, his dad? He just killed your partner. You take that knife and you try and kill him. And of course, Little John's killed off screen. And now we're back at this stupid shit. And it's not like these are the families of the victims from the original film. It's like, these are just random people that probably barely ever heard of Michael.
I think that's the only reason why this subplot kind of works, kind of doesn't work.
Oh, and then Laurie hurts herself there. And that's the other thing. You got doctors and nurses getting in on this. Like, they're the last ones they're gonna be trying to do with this. Like, maybe if Halloween 2 was still canon, we would have more, or doctors and nurses would feel it more because Michael killed so many nurses and doctors in Halloween 2, but again, it's not canon anymore. And, Sheriff Barker. Beyond useless. And again, no disrespect to the actor, it's just, again, another garbage character. Oh, and then this. The mother here sees her dead son right there on the freaking morgue. But the other thing too, why would you keep the window open? Like, would you not cover and close the blinds? It's not like they're doing an identification or something. Frickin' Tommy! Again, we waste so much fucking time with this. You lose this entire garbage subplot, Big John and Little John. You could have actually had a worth a damn story. And I'll be blunt, you want to have some gay characters, then you're fine, I could care less. Actually make them worth a damn. And I wouldn't have gone, I wouldn't have even shown this. You shouldn't show the Shape ever vulnerable. Yeah, I read in the script, there was supposed to be more to this, like, Hawkins would try and talk Dr. Loomis down. I guess they decided not to use it. Again, I like the interaction between Rory and Hawkins. That's fine. I think that's what pisses me off about this movie more, is there is actually good things in here.
It's almost like two people made the movie at the same time.
Well, I know, I mean, could I gut a lot of shit out of this movie and at least make it a stupid entertainment movie? Yeah, I probably could.
Yeah.
If I cut out the hospital subplot, and I hate to say it, most of Big and Little John, except for maybe the killing. Maybe I just do a quick flash of the Myers house or something. But this... I think I get pissed when they treat the audience like they don't have any brains. It's like... And also, this whole subplot, people have pointed connections to, you know, what happened in the States on January 6th. Now, obviously this was shot before that. So, it's just a coincidence. But again, it's like, if anything, they should have cut this out because of that. I mean, if we got this cut, like, I do honestly wonder, what was in the 40 minutes that's been removed? I heard a lot of it's more flashback stuff, but in which case I probably want to see that, at least in some aspect, but I don't know if we'll ever see any more of it. And, like, I appreciate Karen here because I know she's a psychologist, I believe. So she wants to help this guy. That I don't have a problem with, again, but this whole thing's so stupid. That's another thing, too. Walking in between two sets of fire doors? That, not a good idea. It's like, find a room and shove them under a bed.
Maybe she's actually convincing him to chill out.
Maybe, but again, it's like that's like almost every character in this movie is brain dead. I mean, like I said, I get the context. You know, they're trying to make Michael's chaos cause everybody else to do stupid shit, but it doesn't work. This whole thing should have been cut out of the movie. And like I've heard, test audience members have come out. This was not this overwhelming positive response to the test screenings. I think it was just okay. Also, this movie like had like a $30 million budget, though I think it was like 23 after tax breaks. So I mean, doing the type of reshoots it would take to actually try and fix this, my guess is the budget would have been closer to 35 to 40, or probably 40 million, especially with the pandemic, I'll say. Like, the only person in this scene I feel bad for is him. Again, it's doctors, too, that are helping smash through those doors.
Doctors are people too.
But, again, most of these people don't even know Michael Myers. Probably never heard of him, and they're doctors. They're trying to help people. It's like the fact that they would just get in on this mob mentality without so much as a thought. And it's not like you can't look up what Michael looks like. It would take somebody like 2 seconds. Oh. Okay, that ain't him. Never mind.
I don't know if they could look it up and then see him without the mask.
Yes, they could. They showed it on the TV screen earlier. They just blurred it for us.
Oh.
Remember, he's a mental patient. It would be available. He's not protected because he's not underage. Because you can look it up on the internet. It was even on the freaking news.
At least someone said it.
I know, like, I get what the idea is, you know, Michael's turning the town into monsters now, but it's so stupid. Now, I'm not saying there's not a way you could have tried to make this work, but Halloween 2 would still have to be canon, because then the town would have suffered an even bigger murder rampage on Halloween night, and hearing that Michael even survived being set on fire? Oh, and then this. Instead of letting Hawkins take responsibility for accidentally shooting his partner, they have him cover it up. They make it look like his partner accidentally shot himself. Like, this should have been cut out. And another thing, too, there's a plot hole here. Hawkins fired multiple additional shots into the wall looking to try to get Michael. So this doesn't work anyway. That's another thing they're conflicted with. In the last movie, it's like implied that Michael and Laurie have to, like, they survive off each other, and then in this one, it's not about Laurie. It's like they can't make up their minds. That's another thing I can't buy. You tell me the cops never thought to send some units to the Myers house to wait for him?
Maybe it has to do these are not the same cops as back then.
Well, no, they clearly know Michael Myers. Okay, where's he probably going? You think they'd at least have one unit there? Even if Michael killed him, I could be at least like, okay, they at least tried. And then, of course, they're heading to Michael's house, and they're not telling everybody else. Hey, meet us at the Myers house. We think Michael's headed there. Oh.
Granted, he has kids. So
Well, okay, this is a double-edged sword. Yes, I agree, him not wanting his son and his girlfriend to go in there with him, but at the same time, he doesn't think, what if I get killed? Are they really gonna sit out there and wait for somebody else to show up?
Yeah, so, yeah, I see your point.
Like, I know, I agree with it too, I'd rather they stay in the car, but the problem is, if I'm taken out, are they really gonna stay in the car?
Yeah.
And I know, it's a double edge in that case. It's... At the very least, if he would have called for backup before going in by himself, I could be like, okay, it's at least something.
Yeah. I mean, Michael's not gonna really go anywhere.
And like I said, one of the only positives I can say about this movie is it looks good. And again, these great sets that they built, like, I'll give credit where credit is due. And he's actually one of the better characters in the movie. Okay, I kind of understand why you'd knock at the door, but... Like, at first I'm really liking this, because at least it's tense. Even though this next part is a little bit like...
Well, they heard a shot.
No, not that, just watch. It's this, what happens next, kind of like,
She's scared.
And though, if you look closely though at the closet, how the hell does the bullet not go through the pumpkin? Because the wall was undamaged.
Wait, well, yeah.
No, behind the pumpkin, the wall was undamaged.
Oh.
I guess the pumpkin must have been rigged with a little... And then this bugged me. I thought this really ruined the suspense. Others say they think it's clever of Michael to do something like that, but I don't know, I thought it just completely...
I can see why they see cleverness, because then it hides his footstep, because usually that's the first thing you hear.
Maybe,
There.
but we know that he's hiding anyway, so it's...
No, I know, but...
I just think it was a complete, like... And now, I'll admit, if they would have played Mr. Sandman, I would have been like, okay.
Oh, so it's a song.
No, it's not. I don't hate the song at all. I think, but if they wanted to do a throwback song, at least a creepy, like kind of creepy Mr. Sandman, I could be like, okay. But in this case, it's such an odd song too to play. I guess they wanted to at least play something creepy. I don't know. And then what? Allison, you've already seen Bodies tonight. Like why? And then he leaves Allison alone.
She wants the knife. So that makes sense.
In that case, I guess.
Like a melee weapon, because the gun will run out of bullets.
I know.
That's like one
But then, of course, freaking Cameron here. No, he's trying to redeem himself in this movie, but then he leaves freaking Allison alone. And also, it's been debated that sound we heard before they entered the house, some don't think it was a gunshot. They think it's what we're going to see next. Wait a second. I would have just fired into that closet. But I like the blue lighting here. You see Lonnie's stuff there in the attic?
Yeah.
I think it was actually the attic door we heard and not a gunshot. And Cameron does nothing here. Why'd she turn off the music now? It's like, shush. Like, no, at least I can say Allison got some hits in.
Although I did like the bone breaking sound.
I know, like... But, you know, like... Cameron doesn't even try and stab Michael or shoot him. Like, you know, here he tries, but... At least would have got one shot at Michael. I would
say stab him in the leg with a knife.
I know, I would have done it. Like, I'm like, okay, I'm not going down without at least taking some hits on you. Because, like, also, I can blame Cameron's inability to act for every injury Allison took. Even though, yes, I admit that's a brutal death. Like, I feel for Allison, she's trying to save him. Yeah, and apparently the actor did a lot of those stunts. So I think they use a stunt double for some things, but... He's like...
He's not alive, it's just his nerves are tripping.
No, he's still alive. He's like, oh, you're not dead yet. No, like, I feel for Allison there, it's like, but... At the same time, I can blame Cameron for all the injuries she took. And, like, this is an intense moment. You know, I wish she hadn't looked towards her mother when saying that. No, stab him again!
Granted, she doesn't know Michael as well as her mother does.
I think she's seen he can take a hell of a beating, so... You know what else? The director still says Michael's human in this movie. It's like,
Well, in some aspects you're right, but...
He just took a pitchfork through the back. And another thing too, some agree, she shouldn't have been able to take his mask again. Maybe it should have been more like she just baited him another way. Guessing it cuts... Oh yeah, okay, I see what they did. I was gonna say, there's no way the set's that big. Like, here's a nice, almost Halloween 2 stalking moment with Michael, even though obviously we know it's coming. I do like the fact that, though, that the mask is left in the middle of the street like that.
And that tree looks like the devil's tree.
Maybe? I admit, doing that line twice.
Well, you know, like mother like daughter.
Well, no, remember, no, she did that in the last movie. She was the one who said gotcha. And then she did it again.
I mean, gotcha works, I guess.
This was fan service, him saying that again, but I would have preferred a more emotional speech from him. Like, Michael, you killed my daughter 40 years ago. Tonight, we're gonna kill you. I don't know, it's just... Another thing too, I gotta call bullshit too. Only 2 people bring guns to this. Yeah, this part is an actual street, but I know at some point they couldn't get this completely filmed, so they had to go on a soundstage to finish it. That's 5 fucking shots right there. That's the other thing too. The way this is edited together, I don't know. No, you stay until it's done. Especially the fact that he hurt your daughter. It's like, I mean, I know she's gonna stab him in a second, but I would have stayed. Poor Bracket, he couldn't even get 1 shot off. Another thing I gotta call bullshit too here is everybody's getting slaughtered, nobody thinks to get in a car and run him over. There's like 4 cars right there. Yeah, that's a soundstage. I thought they could at least give Tommy 1 good hit in it. It's like... I'll wait till the end credits to where I discuss what I would have done instead of this scene. But it's something interesting and cool and would have made more sense. Yep, especially even though it was apparently it was even bloodier in whatever cut was shown to test audiences. I mean, I'm sure the MPA must have demanded some stuff be removed. But also, if the original cut was like 40 minutes longer, then well, there's no way that would have gone to theaters. I think the maximum. I think the longest Halloween film is the remake. I think it's an hour and 50 minutes. And then this, like, going back into his room alone. And then, of course, the big problem. How the hell did he get back in the house? It's like, there's no way he could have gone up the stairs not being noticed. Everybody was on the front porch.
Back door?
Even if you went through the back door, you still gotta go up the stairs. I mean, yeah, maybe you could get around the crowd and go through the back door, but... And they told me nobody downstairs heard her screaming.
Oh, houses were more soundproof?
No, remember, they're on the front porch, the door's open, they would have heard her screaming. It's not like the sirens are blaring out front. Maybe then it'd be like, okay. And yeah, in this cut we do find out for sure that Karen is dead. I know you and I were debating after the movie ended in the theatrical if maybe she's still alive. This extended ending, okay, in the script, Laurie was way more emotional. Now, I don't know if they filmed additional footage and they didn't use it, because here, she does look a little devastated, but I would prefer something more dramatic. And again, this ending was removed because, well, forget who decided they wanted to remove the extended ending, and then, of course, in a way it's a good thing they did, because like I said, this was all supposed to be one night, including Ends. But obviously Ends has now jumped ahead 4 years. That's why this ending was cut, partially. Because that's her holding the knife, and it was going to end, yep, just like the first 2018. Okay, that was Halloween Kills. Well, I'll say this. Still frustrates me the fuck out of me, but I didn't walk out as angry as I did last time. I mean, I'd still give it a 5 out of 10 because there is a few suspenseful moments. Again, the kills are decent, are pretty good, even though sometimes I'll admit I was expecting more. Again, the legacy characters, the way they're introduced, the way they're developed, it's bad. Like, Tommy is way overacting. Marion gets a shit death. Racket doesn't even get a shot off at Michael. Lindsay was good, but then again, we don't see her up to a certain point in the movie. And, let's see. Lonnie was actually pretty good, I'll give it that. Now again, the flashbacks, here's the problem. We know what's gonna happen. Maybe if these flashbacks were in 2018, there'd be some value to them. But even killing that officer accidentally kind of ruins their own canon, because he was never mentioned in 2018. Now, the mob sequence at the end of the movie. I think what they should have done instead was, when they try and corner Michael, Michael jumps on a bike or something, like a motorcycle, like maybe somebody with a motorcycle tries to go at him, and Michael knocks them off, and he steals their motorcycle, and you get a car chase. Michael flees into the woods, back at the park where he was chasing Lindsay, and then the entire mob has to go after him in the dark, in the woods, where Michael's got the advantage. You could have seen POV shots of Michael stalking the mob, killing them off one by one, and maybe once in a while one of the mob members actually does get a shot at Michael. I think it would have been way cooler and more suspenseful, because that's one thing I hear about this movie. They say it's Michael's movie, but so much of the movie is not Michael at all. Like, I would have loved to have seen an entire POV sequence of Michael stalking somebody at their house, sneaking in, maybe killing the power, and then killing them. That would have been really cool. Like, again, the legacy characters could have been developed so much more. And a lot of these new characters are so pointless and wasted. It's just a total mess. Like, this could have been a really good film. And again, basically the plot of this movie is Michael walks across town just to go stare out his window. Like, that's the explanation they're giving? This makes no sense. In the end, look, the movie does look good. The flashbacks, well, I don't think they quite match 78, but it was a good effort. The score, while not as good as 2018, is still really good. James Q. Courtney's a great Michael, and there is some cool kills, but there's not much suspense. The chase sequence we get with Lindsay doesn't last very long. And the plot of the movie, it's like you go from something serious to something really goofy and stupid, back to serious, back to goofy and stupid, back to serious. It's so all over the place, and that entire hospital subplot is garbage. Like, we must have wasted 30 minutes on that. And again, Big John and Little John. Now, maybe in a comedy, Carrie is right. Maybe they would work there. Here, they don't work. Like, again, they were a waste of time. And again, I have nothing against gay characters. You want to put some in your movie, be my guest. Just make them worth a damn. Make it so we actually care about them. Actually write them right. Like, this feels like the first draft of a script, and that's what they went with.
Yeah, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Anyway, in the end, yeah, I'm still sticking with my 5 out of 10. This movie is a mess. Now, I found it, I guess I was able to watch it a little easier this time, but it's just a mess. Anyway, I know I've rabbled on, so I'm going to let Carrie have a quick moment to see what she thinks.
I guess I would give it 5.5.
It's true, you liked it a little better than me.
And also, I'm not a big Michael fan, or a big horror fan in general, so I guess I would give it a 5 out of 10. If I knew nothing about this movie, I would maybe give it a little score higher, just because...
Well, that's the thing. I can understand for some this is their dream movie. Seeing Michael kill so many people like this, but all the crap around it is stupid.
Yeah, just basically get rid of... Cut, stupid shit. Cut.
I know, I could probably remove 40 minutes from this movie and at least make it a brain-dead slaughter fest. I could be like, well, that's at least entertaining.
Yeah, I can save everybody like 30 minutes of their life.
Basically, yeah, because if you're not good, because again, a Halloween film is supposed to be suspenseful, build up, tension. It's just like, it is a roller coaster ride, but in a lot of the bad ways. Now, maybe a better cut of this movie could exist, but this ain't it. The way the legacy characters are introduced is terrible. Again, all the crappy subplots. It's just a mess. Anyway, that's my end of Halloween Kills. I still really don't like it. I mean, there's some watchable value in it, but I think it's just a total mess. So, that's the conclusion of this. I guess we will talk to you guys after we see Halloween Ends. And for now, take care.
Bye-oh!